Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well today. Some interesting stuff actually to talk about. For those that don't know, there's actually a lawsuit going on right now between Epic Games and Apple because for some reason Apple isn't greedy enough and decided that because Fortnite has an in-game store and Apple doesn't allow that, there's now this big lawsuit going on. And to our benefit, that forces Epic to release some information about their internal workings of what's going on behind the scenes. With that, has actually provided some hints at a potential new game for Rocket League called Rocket League Next. Also, some details in regards to how there might be a mobile version of the game and some other stuff coming as well. We've also got some discussion going on about the NASCAR DLC or the NASCAR Bundle that is coming to the game as well here that drops today. All of that and more in today's video. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Lawler here, your inside source for all things Rocket League. We got two big things to talk about. Number one, the Apple versus Epic Games lawsuit, which I basically gave you most of the details in the intro. And then we also got to talk about the NASCAR bundle that is coming, which will be followed by F1 here in what it feels like is a couple of weeks. Before we get into that, as always, if you guys want to stay up to date on everything I'm talking about, links to the stuff I'm talking about in the description down below. And if you'd like to ask me additional questions, come hang out with us, twitch.tv/Lawler. We stream every day but Tuesday. If you want to come hang out and ask more questions about these topics, we'd love to have you. So first thing we're going to be talking about today is the fact that there has been some internal documents that have been brought to the attention of myself and others because of a lawsuit that is currently going on. Right now, Epic Games and Apple have fisticuffs raised because Apple is not happy that they aren't making as much money as they wish they were, which again, is just greed. As always, the Apple Game Store basically is upset with Epic because they are allowing a market to run on their marketplace. The Apple Store, the App Store by Apple, has obviously Fortnite as a free-to-play download. And within Fortnite itself, there is the ability to purchase skins and all that kind of stuff for the free-to-play game. And Apple is not happy with it. All of that stuff I don't really care about. As you guys know, I don't give two shits about Fortnite. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in those documents you have to provide information in regards to what's going on to make sure that you're not doing anything ill-advised. And in this case, some of those legal documents do show some information about Rocket League. The first one is looking at that Rocket League could be getting a new look with more content and another mobile product in the future. We already know that Rocket League Sideswipe, their 2D project that was announced back in March, is coming sometime later this year. It's a 2D game that has similar mechanics to Rocket League, but obviously it was only released as like an alpha test in the OCE. If you guys haven't seen my video about that, link to that in the description down below. It has gameplay and details and tutorials. It basically shows you what the entire game is going to look like. If you would like to go check out more information on that. So they have details about Rocket League Sideswipe, but there's some other interesting things about this. In the Rocket League portion of the legal document, there is information that has been talked about of wanting to implement certain features and other things that were submitted as evidence during the proceedings. These, again, if you'd like to follow around where I'm pulling this information from, can be found in the description down below. I luckily have other people that have sifted through the document for me. One of those changes included is Rocket League 2D, which is a version being built as a franchise's first mobile title, etc. 2D tailored controls, controller support, which a lot of people didn't know about. There was supposed to be controller support for Rocket League Sideswipe, and that's what the Rocket League 2D title is. It was basically, when they were in development, it was called Rocket League 2D, but the official name that they decided on was Rocket League Sideswipe, as we all know. Some more insight into a Sideswipe is they were actually planning on releasing it in summer 2020, which obviously did not happen. And I think the pandemic can be part of the reason for that due to the workforce and everything else. And then it was actually pushed into the fall of 2020 in the released updated listings. That also did not happen, but obviously now it's been given us as a timeline of later sometime in 2021 as a free download on both iOS and Android. There's a second mobile product that was also listed in there as being on the horizon, and no additional details were included. So there is talks of a potential mobile game coming from Psyonix/Epic that is in their Rocket League portion of things, that is Rocket League related. And we don't know if it's going to be a full version of the Rocket League game on mobile or what it's going to be. But there is something going on. And this actually makes a ton of sense for those, as much as mobile esports or mobile games get flack, they are a fantastic revenue generator because they are so accessible. It's the same reason why Blizzard did Diablo Immortal. And in the future, because phones are getting so powerful, mobile gaming is going to be a really big thing. It's already happening in other parts of the world, like Japan and everywhere else, where, PUBG Mobile's got, prize pools of in the 20 million area. So it only seems like the logical next step. And it looks like, obviously, with Epic Games involvement, with Fortnite and everything else, trying to get ahead of the curve. There was also a project titled Rocket League Next in those documents, which noted plans for a new, keyword new, not an update, but a new next-gen client that would provide a full gameplay experience for Rocket League across all platforms, PC and consoles alike, as well as mobile. The features it would include are crossplay, cross-progression, and more. Now, this leads me to believe to one of two things. Right now, Rocket League, one of the biggest limitations that it does have is the lack of things they can do with Unreal Engine 3. The game that is currently built on Unreal Engine 3 just is missing a lot of easy features that are already compiled and built for them on things like Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5. A lot of us that have been wanting stuff like the ability to play custom games in-game with friends where I don't have to go through a VPN service and all this ridiculousness that Lethamir has so kindly set up for a lot of people would be just built in. If you guys have ever played something like Counter-Strike, the ability to just scroll through server lists, double click, if you don't have the game, it downloads it for you and you just hop in, would be incredible. And something like that, which is almost impossible in Unreal Engine 3 due to the limitations, in Unreal Engine 4, which is a pre-built APK that you just drag and drop and it's a part of your program and you just got to do the visuals for it. Things like that that are so easily done that you can't really do all that well in Unreal Engine 3. So there is hope that this is not an update to Rocket League. This is not just a band-aid to Rocket League, but this is a brand new Rocket League game called Rocket League Next, or whatever the title is actually going to be. Next to me feels like a placeholder because it is next generation is what I assume it is associated to. They may have a different name like Rocket League 2 and don't want to spoil that with a possible or potential domain name. So if you go to like Google, you can't find Rocket League Next as the domain name. Actually, I'm gonna go check that. So it's got me thinking about what is potential. Is it going to be known as Rocket League Next, Rocket League 2, whatever it may be? So I did some digging on domain names. If you guys don't know what a domain name is, that is like the name of the website. Twitter.com, Twitch.com, etc. Those are your domains, and your DNS server or domain name server is what converts the IP address into a name or the name into an IP address. So like when you go to Google, rather than having to type like 190 whatever dot this dot that whatever to find a website, you type in the domain name. And that is your lesson in information technology from Lawler. That is me using my degree that I dropped out of early. So under all of these, right now, Rocket League, obviously, RocketLeague.com is registered by Epic Games. I looked up Rocket League 2, I looked up everything else, and nothing hit. But Rocket League Next is most definitely registered, and it is all under a private name. You can't find out who it is. It's got a random character string of numbers. Contact is private, all this kind of stuff. So maybe we're onto something here. Either way, the project titled Rocket League Next is mentioned in these documents, and it talks about a new generation, next gen consoles and all this kind of stuff. And I really, really hope it provides a new engine that will make for not only a prettier Rocket League, a better and more optimized Rocket League, but a heck ton of new features that we've been desperately asking for. Some of the things they talk about though, like crossplay and cross progression, were included in Rocket League's free-to-play launch, obviously last September, which is nothing new, but that does nothing to do about Rocket League Next. That has nothing to do with the mobile version of the game or any of the mobile version of the main game mentions that are possibly mentioned in this document. The documents that are included in the submission for this whole like legal document in the lawsuit were submitted, and the slides that they're using are from last June. So they are listed under old, and things may have changed. There is chances that next or next gen and stuff is still a possibility. It's a possibility that they scrapped this mobile project and turned it into Sideswipe. There's a lot of things that we don't know. And again, a lot of these documents aren't going to spill all the beans for us, which is unfortunate. But from all the stuff that I've been digging, this is what we're hoping for. We don't know if it means a potential new mobile game from Rocket League and a full standalone game for the mobile game. We also don't know if it means a next generation version, which I am just desperately hoping for, but at least we have something to, I guess, maybe hope for. I don't think that's ever a bad thing, so I will try to keep digging to the best of my ability, but from what I have read and what I have seen, this could be interesting. I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe we've got Rocket League Next, which is the next generation, even though it's Rocket League and they're able to transfer their system over because Unreal Engine is owned by Epic Games and the physics-based engine is just hopefully copy and paste. Obviously, there's going to be some tweaks, but that's always the scary thing about going to a different engine is making sure that stuff feels and plays similar. Because all these pros that have put in 10,000 plus hours, if they're playing something different like it was from Start PC to Rocket League, I may have a chance. Either way, I'm going to keep doing some digging. If I hear or find out anything, I will do my best. If you guys hear or find anything, please tweet at me at Lawler TV, and maybe we can find some more information on this. That is a lot of big information, but we're going to shift gears into the other part of the video, which is having to do with the NASCAR fan pack that's going to be coming. This actually drops today for those that don't know, but the NASCAR fan pack has officially been announced. There's a trailer that is hopefully playing right now, and you guys can kind of see what it is, but it's announcing 3 different vehicles: the Ford Mustang, the Chevy Camaro, and the Toyota Camry. All 3 vehicles that you can purchase for 2,000 credits. There was a bunch of decals and player banners and all that kind of stuff that come with it that are representation of some of the racers in the NASCAR. I don't know anything about NASCAR. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about NASCAR other than memes going left and blah, blah, blah. But 2,000 credits, that is releasing, like I said, today. 3 different vehicles, and these are all Dominus hitboxes. I got that confirmed. I can even prove it if you want to check out my tweet. This is me replying to the Twitter post about the trailer, and then obviously Rocket League replying to it saying and confirming that they're Dominus. This was also talked about in their Reddit post as well. So 3 different vehicles, bunch of different styles. Some of these decals are actually pretty sick. Gibbs even tweeted out about using the M&M one, but overall, pretty slick, some cool decals. Being completely honest, I'm probably not going to purchase any of these. I don't use Dominus, nor do I care about NASCAR, so that's just me. But again, for those that do want it, it is cool to be able to say that you are driving a Ford Mustang or a Camaro or, you know, a Camry, which doesn't really feel like it holds up to the other 2, but I personally prefer foreign cars myself. But overall, another addition. Don't forget, in probably another couple weeks time, there will be also an F1 fan pack with a bunch of F1 cars that come in as well. So that is, it's cool, man. I love seeing that the Epic acquisition is starting to lead to more and more sponsorships and brand deals and things like that. It gets a lot more eyes, obviously, on Rocket League, which is beneficial for everybody. And it gives me stuff to talk about, so that's always cool too. That is going to do it for this video for Rocket League news. Some pretty heavy stuff that we found out in the beginning, but if you guys do have any additional questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below in the comments. And if you'd like to check out the description, links to everything I've discussed today, along with all my social medias, if you go give those a like and follow as well, it would be appreciated. But before we head out, again, if you enjoy the content, thumbs up, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.